eBay is a great place to find interesting video game consoles, but unfortunately eBay has tons of crappy sellers with really bad feedback. So I bought PS5 consoles from some of eBay's worst sellers, and in this video, we'll test these consoles out and see if the sellers deserve their bad feedback. Now we'll start with this doozy of a PS5, and the first thing you see looking at the listing is there's a giant chunk taken out of the corner of the faceplate, and man, it doesn't stop there. The seller has some horrible feedback. Like this one says the seller did not send the product as it was described on eBay, and worst of all, I see multiple people saying the seller ghosted them. But let's go ahead and open this package up, see what's inside. And we have all of our cords here. Oh, that's an interesting wrapping job, but that's fine. Also got the controller here, and the controller is actually that's in pretty nice condition. It's a little bit not dusty, but like wait, what is that? Ew. Oh, there's just like a wet spot along the corner. That's weird. But other than that, it's not bad. Now the console here I expect will be a different story. Let's go ahead and find out. And yo, there it is. Sure enough, we've got the Jordan stickers on one side, and then flipping this bad boy over, we have just an entire chunk taken out of the corner of the faceplate. Like, how does that happen? Holy crap, this thing is disgusting. It's just got like grime and marks all over the glossy part. Even the plates, like usually these things don't, like dirt doesn't appear on camera very well on these plates, but you can see it alive and well on this one. There is so much grime there. Same with the side with the Jordan stickers. Just looks bad. And wait a second. Oh no. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but there's like yellow stains in the corner of that faceplate there. Wait a second. Oh, a bug fell out. You gotta be kidding me. But you know, otherwise it seems to include everything that was shown in the photo so far. So far so good. And I want to actually start by taking this faceplate off the top because like I said, I saw some nastiness under there. I'll take it out from the, oh my goodness. Holy crap. That, I don't know what to say. This might be worse than the cockroach PS5 I got from GameStop a few years ago. This is horrible. Let's just plug it in and see what happens. All right, plugged it in. I'm a little scared, but let's go ahead and see if it turns on. There's power, but there was no power beep. What? Oh, starting off strong. And we are surprisingly actually booted up here so far. And nice, not factory reset, classic here. We got a bunch of stuff still downloaded. So we have the Crew Motorfest, College Football 25A, Dragon Ball, Sleeping Dogs, Call of Duty. Oh wait, we also got more profiles on here. We got Cowboy Hefe. We got, I can't pronounce that. We got Cooper, Jack Mihawk. Got him! Nice. Yeah, let's do it. Well, never mind. Can't do anything on any of these profiles because they're not signed in. So let me try to sign into my profile. We'll try to play a game. I mean, guys, I'll give it to them. I've been playing for like 10 minutes, and this console really has not heated up that much, and it's running perfectly fine, which is just surprising given how dirty this thing was. But let's go ahead and turn this thing off, tear it apart some more, and take a closer look at it because I'm scared. So you already saw this part, and it's just absurd how dirty it is. Now here on the bottom, oh my goodness, just as bad, if not worse. There's just filthiness everywhere, and holy crap, what happened to this thing? This thing has clearly been opened before in some capacity because, or what, wait, maybe not? Because the warranty seal is still there, but there's just tons of marks all over this thing. What happened? I'm so confused. Holy crap, yeah, taking off the fan grill. I have no words. That is the most disgusting PS5's fan I've ever seen. I don't know what to say. All right, so taking this plate off. It actually looks a decent amount better on the inside. Still not good, but it's definitely better than the outside. Now I'm not gonna go any further here, but you can see that the heat sink is just disgusting. But guys, let's go ahead and leave this guy some feedback now. I mean, the console works. I'll give him that. But man, this thing is filthy. Like I don't understand how a PS5 gets this dirty. And of course, the listing conveyed nothing about the filth of this console. Because of that, I'm giving negative feedback. Now guys, we have a normal disc edition of the PS5 here, and it's kind of got an interesting story. Let me explain. So initially the listing looks normal. It's got a used condition here, so it should be working. But you scroll down to the description, there's some issues here. So it says the 2 USB ports are non-functional. Disk drive is operational but has difficulty ejecting and inserting disks smoothly, but otherwise it works. It's like, okay, that's a little weird, but fine, whatever. Then we go to the feedback and it gets a little more interesting. We've got somebody that says, PlayStation arrived broken, does not read discs. Basically the contact of the seller, and the seller said, we'll refund you $25 and you can fix it yourself, which is kind of funny. Another person says the PS5 cuts on and off after 30 days of use. And then even more strange is you go to the sold listings of this person and they have a bunch of consoles that are like partially working, not fully broken, not fully working, but like working with random issues. So I'm really curious where these consoles are coming from, but let's go ahead and open this box up and see what's actually inside. All right, tons of bubble wrap here, which is great to see. And initial glance at the console, it actually looks pretty good. So here in the bottom, wait, what was that? Something's rattling. We'll take a look at that here in a second, but we got, bottom looks pretty good. Top looks nice. Wait, what? Top looks pretty good until you see this weird splatter effect there on the top. That's a little sketchy, but all right, we'll just ignore that for now. And then take, oh my gosh, yeah, taking a look at the back, sure enough, that USB port is just like completely gone. Like, how does that happen? What? I don't understand. But that USB port looks, actually that one looks kind of jacked up as well. So it's probably those two that don't work. I would assume the two on the front do work, at least they should. And holy crap, look at all the scratches there on the front around the USB ports. That's so bad. Actually, wait, hold on. Yo, wait, no, this USB port's broken as well. I didn't even notice that. Like the entire blue piece on the inside is just gone. Let's plug it in though and see what happens, I guess. Oh gosh, I just walked behind this thing and it's got a disgusting smell. All right, we'll just ignore that for now and plug our controller in, see if that works. All right, console's booted up. Let's go ahead and start by checking our system software. We're on 10.4, so it's a little bit old, but not too old. All right, guys, well, I'm kind of confused what's happening now because I turned the console on, it was working, but then I updated it to, you know, update the console so I could use the internet, and now it's not doing anything. And you can see it's actually white, so it should be booted up, but there's nothing on the screen, which is not a great sign. Oh, wait, the HDMI cable came unplugged. What? Oh, the HDMI plug is kind of loose. That's rough. It's just not showing anything now. All right, well, now it's back. Dude, some suspicious activity from this PS5 so far, but we'll keep testing it to see what it can do. We are booted back up now. Let me go to connect to the internet and make sure this thing's not banned because I'm a little suspicious now after these weird things happening. All right, connected up. Seems to be good there. Now, I'm curious about this disk drive. Like I said, there is some issues with it pulling disks in and ejecting them. So let's go ahead and take the medium here, PS5 game, we'll slide it in and see what happens here. All right. Yeah, that is pretty rough. Did it go in? And it is copying the game, so the laser should be good, so that's interesting. Let me see how it acts when I pop the disc out now. Wow, yeah, that's pretty rough. I'm guessing the rollers are just dirty, but you know, I've tested a bunch of PS5s at this point. I've seen that issue maybe like once. Kind of surprised I don't see it more often, to be honest. All right, man. Well, I will say the thing is pretty accurate so far as to what the listing said. It would have been nice to see a little bit more details about the HDMI port itself because it's a bit loose, but it does work. Guys, I want to take the face plates off of this thing and take a look on the inside a little bit and just see what exactly is going on inside of this thing. Yeah, taking this faceplate off, this thing, oh, wow, yeah, it looks like it's never been opened before. We got our warranty still intact there, got our sticker here, which makes me even more confused as to how this happened to the USB port. Like, what was somebody doing to this thing? I figured it might be damaged from somebody opening the console and like doing something weird to it, but no, it's just somebody's normal use, I guess. Now, I'm not gonna fix the rollers in this thing, but guys, I'm gonna list this console on my website if you wanna check it out. I'll list it down below or scan the QR code on the screen. But guys, let's go leave some feedback for the seller now. Honestly, one of the weirdest PS5 consoles I've ever seen. I seriously don't understand how the USB ports got completely destroyed. But regardless, other than the slightly loose HDMI port, this PS5 definitely matched the description. Because of that, I'm giving positive feedback. But guys, here I have a digital PS5, and the listing itself looks pretty normal at first glance, but taking a look at the feedback, oh man, this is bad. And a lot of the negative feedback is specifically related to PS5, so this is like a seasoned PS5 scammer. Let's take a look. Now this feedback says PS5 came with no protection, so all the panels were off, with 2 of them had broken clips, the fan cable was cut, and the HDMI port was broken. This one says the PlayStation 5 GPU fails, which I've seen happen before. It's pretty rough. And here's another one that seems to indicate the PS5 is defective and overheating. Basically, they say it shuts down when playing games. This person says the packaging was very poor. Console was in just cardboard box with panels dislodged. So yeah, poor packaging is a common theme. Let's go ahead and see how it, oh yeah, that's bad. Oh my goodness, there's no packaging at all. You gotta be kidding me. The reviews are right. Let's go ahead and take a look though. It's wrapped up in one piece of just random paper. Yup, there it is. Completely dislodged. Holy crap, the reviews are 100% accurate. That's insane. Oh man, and taking a look at the top faceplate, it also, like, this is horrible. That's one of the worst faceplates I've ever seen. There's like sticky stuff all over it. There's just like old juice stains or something. I'll give it juice. It's probably something else, but yeah, it doesn't look very good, and honestly, the inside is not too terribly dirty, though. Thankfully, it actually clips back in. But let's go ahead and take a closer look at the console itself, and you can see the middle part actually looks decent. You know, it's got some scuffs and scratches and stuff, but nothing that's not too normal. Then here on the bottom, of course, some more sticky stuff. Like, where does PS5 come from? Why is there so much sticky stuff on this PS5? I don't want to touch this thing anymore. Flipping to the back, all of our ports seem to look fine, and honestly looks like it hasn't been used a whole lot, so even more confusing to be honest. Let's go ahead and plug it in though and see what happens. Wait, Ethernet jack is messed up. It doesn't clip into place. Look at this, guys, it slides in and out. You gotta be kidding me. Come on, man. So for comparison's sake, you can see this one's sliding in and out, and this is what should happen here. It clips in and stays put. Like, it's got a little bit of wiggle room, but not much. But all right, guys, console's plugged in, and I want to point out one more thing that really annoys me. I looked some more at the listing, and you look at the photos in the listing, they clearly do not show a PS5 that is just all gooey and sticky and stuff like this one is. It clearly shows a clean PS5, so like, why am I not getting the PS5 in the pictures or a one that's very similar? Like, what? And all right, console's booted up. I want to start by going to the system software and see what version we're on. Then I want to test out the network cable here and see if that sliding it in and out is going to affect things. Oh, yep, there it was. Yeah. Right as I pulled it out, just a little bit. You can see LAN cable not connected, plug it back in. Now it is connected. Yep, so that's gonna be an issue. Great, thanks. But anyways, we're on 10.40, which is fairly new. I'll go ahead and update it anyway, though. All right, guys, let's go ahead and download a game because there's no disk drive here, so I can't test a disk obviously. But let's try out Astro's Playroom here. Wait a second. Booting up Astro's Playroom and it just froze. That's sketch. All right, let's try to do a little jiggle the HDMI port, plug it back in. Yep, still frozen. All right, let's try to turn it off and back on. And oh no, it's just I can't do anything. Wait, is that the same error I saw in some feedback? Hold up. No, it's slightly different. Let me look that one up. Okay, it basically just says there's an error. There's really nothing specific about it. But all right, I'll go ahead and report this, and we'll try to boot it up again and see if it'll work a second time. Okay, it's made it further than last time so far. Cool. Oh, nope, there it goes again. Just froze. It made it like 5 seconds further and then it froze again. All right, well, this PS5 it's broken, it's jacked up. I guess let's turn it off and take the plates off and at least take a look at the inside a little bit just to see what it looks like. All right, guys, the top plate that we already saw was off. This part actually, looks very clean, looks fine. We'll take off the bottom plate as well, which we haven't seen underneath yet, and it also looks pretty much fine. Looks like the warranty seal is still there and everything. There's a little bit of grime and debris in here, but yeah, it looks perfectly fine. Well, this console sucks. Let's leave some feedback. One of the biggest scams of all time. Seriously, like, you should be banned from selling on eBay. Not enough packaging, the photos don't match the console freezes during gameplay. Just horrible. Like, what a waste of my time. Negative feedback all the way. Now, in this box, I should have a digital PS5, and the listing looks pretty normal, but holy crap, the feedback here is some of the wildest feedback I have ever seen. Let me just read it to you. Now, this feedback is specifically about a PS5, and it says this item came absolutely trashed. Stickers all over it, and it doesn't work. The screen flashes every 5 seconds, it completely blanks out for 30 seconds and then comes back on and turns off. The seller knew exactly what he was selling and sold me garbage anyway. Now I can't get in touch with him for a refund. Do not buy anything from this scammer. P.S. I hope you enjoyed your $350 worth of crack. So that part was crazy, but the reply here is the craziest part. And so the buyer actually responds to his own feedback and says, I would like to apologize for this feedback. I was completely wasted on too much liquor and attacked the seller. I'm a complete ashamed for this and I apologize. Please don't let my negative feedback affect your decision to purchase items from the seller. So I'm so confused. I can't tell if the seller is bad as well or if it's only the buyer who's crazy, but let's go ahead and open this box up and see what's inside. I don't think I'm ready for it. Okay, well, pretty good start here. We have an absolute crap ton of packaging here, like literal just rolls of bubble wrap stuffed in there, which is insane, but I'll take it. All right, and finally out to the PS5, and this thing's pretty dirty. It's not horrible, but it's definitely wasn't wiped down. Then here in the middle, what is going on there? What in the world? There's just like speckles all over it. Wait, what? Hold on. What is going on with the top of this thing? Is that a sticker on this? What? No, it's just how it is. That's really weird. And yeah, I'm looking at the listing, and of course, there's no photos of the top of this thing, so you can't see at all that this thing is just disgusting, which is just awesome. But anyways, we also got, oh my gosh, the bottom is really dirty. Got some marks on it. We got even some chips or just like dents on the side of the faceplate there. And then flipping to the back, holy crap, there's so much dust in the back of this thing. But most of these ports look fine except for the HDMI, which has a ton of scratches, and it's actually like all dinged up around the port there. I'm not sure if you can see that, but why does it look like that? I don't know, but this thing is really beat up. Let's go ahead and plug it in and see if it even works. All right, plugged in, 3, 2, 1. We got power. All right, console's booted up. Looks like it's not factory reset, so we still got a user 1 here. It looks like there's nothing downloaded here. Let's go ahead and just start with the system software version and see when this thing was last updated. Okay, we're on 11.0, which is the most recent update, and the name is PS5 999. Is that intentional? All right, I'm connected to the internet. I'm trying to sign in now to make sure this thing is not banned or anything. Let's go ahead and verify. And yeah, cool. Should be good there. Let's go ahead and boot up a game and make sure it works. So guys, I've been playing Astro's Playroom for like 10 minutes now and not having any issues at all. It's running fine. It's pushing out some hot air. So we should be good here, but let's go ahead and turn the console off, take the plates off, and take a closer look at it and see if there's anything else suspicious happening here. All right, console off. Let's go ahead and pop this top plate off here. And what in the world? Oh my gosh, that's so dirty. I don't understand. Like, how does a PS5 get this dirty? Are you playing with it in the dirt? Like, I don't know. Are you smoking like 2 inches away from it? Like, even this part right here is just disgusting. It definitely smells like somebody's been smoking around this, doing a little bit of puff. But let's go ahead and see what's on this side here. And same kind of deal, very dirty plate, especially at the exhaust right there. And just like underneath it, it's got just like, I don't know, like somebody was in here scratching it up like crazy. I just don't understand. And oh wait, this thing's been opened up before. Oh, we can see the warranty seal is gone. Well, somebody put it back after they took it off, which is interesting. So maybe the seller actually cleaned this out on the inside at some point in time, but obviously not before I bought this, but yeah, I don't know. weird. But guys, I think we're ready to leave some feedback on this one. Conveniently, there were no listing photos of the top of this console where the glossy part was, completely destroyed. But otherwise, at least the console works and isn't horribly dirty. I think this deserves somewhere in the middle, so neutral feedback. So guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I think you'll like this 1-star PS4 video where I bought 1-star PS4s from Amazon, and man, they were rough. Go check it out.